everybody. It's Miss Nickie from the Anythink Libraries in Brighton, Colorado. Can you say hello, Miss Nickie? Hi. Let's start off today with our hello song, and we're going to use some American Sign Language for that. So our first sign, we will hold up 4 fingers, put our thumb in front, put our hand up to our eyebrow and say, hello, hello. Great. Now we're going to do the sign for friends. We'll hold up our 2 fingers and give them a hug each way. For time, we will point to our wrist to say it's time. To our chin for to say, and then hello. Let's do the whole thing together. Here we go. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Thank you for singing along with me. So I'm so happy to see all of you again, and I thought I would read another story today. And before we get to the story, I always like to think about getting my body ready to listen. So today, instead of birthday candles, let's hold up 5 flowers. Do you know what kind of flower that you could tell me? Good. Okay, I heard someone say a daisy. So let's breathe in. We're going to smell the daisy and then breathe out. Ready? That smelled really good. What about a tulip? Can you breathe in and smell the tulip? Nice. What's another kind of flower? Ooh, maybe a chrysanthemum? Oh, that smelled delicious. What about a rose? Can you breathe in and smell the rose? Those smell so nice. What about a forsythia? Nice. Good job. We're going to do one more breathing exercise where we're going to squeeze our shoulders up to our ears. Can you do that? And then let them go. Good. Squeeze our shoulders up and let them go. And one more time. Let them go. Now I feel much more relaxed and ready to listen to a story. This book is called Stone Soup, and it's by Marcia Brown. And it is read with permission from Simon & Schuster. Okay. 3 soldiers trudged down a road in a strange country. They were on their way home from the wars. Besides being tired, they were hungry. In fact, they had eaten nothing for 2 days. How I would like a good dinner tonight, said the first, and a bed to sleep in, said the second. But all that is impossible, said the third. We must march on. On they marched. Suddenly, ahead of them, they saw the lights of a village. Maybe we'll find a bite to eat there, said the first. And a loft to sleep in? No harm in asking, said the third. Now the villagers of that place were scared of strangers. When they heard that 3 soldiers were coming down the road, they talked amongst themselves. Here come 3 soldiers. Soldiers are always hungry, but we have little enough for ourselves, and they hurried to hide all of their food. They pushed sacks of barley under the hay in lofts. They lowered buckets of milk down the wells. They spread old quilts over the carrot bins. They hid their cabbages and potatoes under the beds. They hung their meat in the cellars. They hid all that they had to eat. And then they waited. The soldiers stopped first at the house of Paul and Francois. Good evening to you, they said. Could you spare a bit of food for 3 hungry soldiers? We have no food for ourselves for 3 days, said Paul, and Francois made a sad face. It has been a poor harvest. The 3 soldiers went on to the house of Albert and Louise. Could you spare a bit of food, and have you some corner where we could sleep for the night? Oh no, said Albert. We gave all we could spare to soldiers who came before you. Our beds are full, said Louise. At Vincent and Marie's, the answer was the same. It had been a poor harvest, and all the grain must be kept for seed. So it went all through the village. Not a villager had any food to give away, they all had good reasons. One family had used the grain for feed. Another had an old, sick father to care for. All of them had too many mouths to fill. The villagers stood in the street and they sighed. They looked as hungry as they could. The three soldiers talked together. Then the first soldier called out, "Good people!" The villagers drew near. "We are three hungry soldiers in a strange land. We have asked you for food and you have no food. Well then, we'll have to make stone soup." The villagers stared. Stone soup? That would be something to know about. "First, we'll need a large iron pot," the soldier said. The villagers brought the largest pot they could find. How else could they cook enough? "That's none too large," said the soldiers, "but it will do. And now, water to fill it and a fire to heat it." It took many buckets of water to fill the pot. A fire was built on the village square and the pot was set to boil. And now, if you please, 3 round, smooth stones. Those were easy enough to find. The villagers' eyes grew wide as they watched the soldiers drop the stones into the pot. "Any soup needs salt and pepper," said the soldiers as they began to stir. Children ran to go fetch salt and pepper. "Stones like these generally make good soup. But if there were carrots, it would be much better." "Why, I think I have a carrot or two," said Francois, and off she ran. She came back with her apron full of carrots from the bin beneath the red quilt. "A good stone soup should have cabbage," said the soldiers as they sliced the carrots into the pot, "but no use asking for what you don't have." "I think I could find a cabbage somewhere," said Marie, and she hurried home. Back she came with 3 cabbages from the cupboard under the bed. "If only we had a bit of beef, a few potatoes, this soup would be good enough for a rich man's table." The villagers thought this over. They remembered their potatoes and the sides of beef hanging in the cellars. They ran to fetch them. A rich man's soup, all from a few stones, it seemed like magic. "Ah," sighed the soldiers, and they stirred in the beef and potatoes. "If only we had a little barley and a cup of milk. The soup would be fit for the king himself. Indeed, he asked for just such a soup when he last dined with us." The villagers looked at each other in surprise. The soldiers had entertained the king? Well, but no use asking for what you don't have, the soldiers sighed. The villagers brought their barley from the lofts. They brought their milk from the wells. The soldiers stirred the barley and the milk into the steaming broth while the villagers stared. At last the soup was ready. "All of you shall taste," the soldiers said, "but first a table must be set." Great tables were placed in the square, and all around were lighted torches. Such a soup! How good it smelled! Truly fit for a king. But then the villagers asked themselves, would not such a soup require bread and a roast and cider? Soon a banquet was spread and everyone sat down to eat. Never had there been such a feast. Never had the villagers tasted such soup, and fancy, made from stones. They ate and drank and ate and drank, and after that they danced. They danced and sang far into the night. At last they were tired. Then the 3 soldiers asked, "Is there not a loft where we could sleep?" Let 3 such wise and splendid gentlemen sleep in a loft? Indeed, they must have the best beds in the village. So the first soldier slept in the priest's house, the second soldier slept in the baker's house, and the third soldier slept in the mayor's house. In the morning, the whole village gathered in the square to give them a send-off. "Many thanks for what you have taught us," the villagers said to the soldiers. "We shall never go hungry now that we know how to make soup from stones." "Oh, it's all in knowing how," said the soldiers, and off they went down the road. Such men don't grow on every bush. The end. I really like that story. That story has something called a moral. When a story has a moral or a message, it's kind of telling you an idea about something. So there might be a few different lessons or morals for this story, but one that I like to think about is about sharing. All of the people in the village thought that they didn't have enough food to give to the soldiers, but then when everyone gave just a little bit, there was plenty of food for everyone to share. They all just put in a little bit. And I really like that message. So I thought that we could make our own chicken soup today. Instead of using a real pot, let's use our bodies. And we're gonna make a big pot like this, and you can use your arm to stir it up. And we're gonna put in each thing, and then we'll sing a little tune, and it goes like this. Put the chicken in the pot, stir it up till it's nice and hot. Add some more to make a lot, make a lot. Okay, so we put in some chicken. What else could we put in our soup? Oh, good idea. How about, I heard someone say carrots. Let's peel our carrots. Peel, peel, peel. Chop them up. And we'll get our bowl ready and we'll say, put some carrots in the pot, stir it up till it's nice and hot. Add some more to make a lot, make a lot. What other things can we put in the soup? I heard celery. Oh, good idea. Let's get out our celery, and after we wash it, we'll chop it up into little pieces. Good. A little smaller. All right. Put some celery in the pot, stir it up till it's nice and hot. Add some more to make a lot, make a lot. What else should we put in? Sometimes in my chicken soup, I like to put in some noodles. Should we add some noodles in? Okay, let's add some noodles and get ready to stir it. Add some noodles to the pot, stir it up till it's nice and hot. Add some more to make a lot, make a lot. Anything else that we should add? How about, some potatoes. Can you wash off the potatoes? Give them a little scrub. And you could peel them if you want with a peeler, nice and slow. Great, and then let's chop it up into some small pieces so they're not too big in the soup. Here we go. Put some potatoes in the pot, stir it up till it's nice and hot. Add some more to make a lot, make a lot. Okay, let's give it another stir. Our soup is looking good. Let's pour a little bit into a bowl. And can you give it a smell first? Let's see what it smells like. Delicious. What do you smell? Me too. Yeah, I smell potatoes and carrots and chicken. And maybe let's blow on it because it's a little hot. Ready? Okay, a little bit more. And now let's try a bite. You guys made some great soup. Excellent. So before I go today, I want to thank you for joining me and just let everybody know that we also have an Anythink Connect phone number where friends can call Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to talk to a librarian. You can ask us for recommendations. You can ask us questions about what's going on at the library, ask for resources, or just say hello, and we would love to hear from you. And that number is 720-322-9199. And we'd love to hear from you at the Anythink Connect line. So before we go, let's say goodbye. And to say goodbye, it's just like our hello song, except our sign for goodbye will be goodbye. Okay, here we go. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. I hope you are all doing well, and thank you so much for joining. Bye-bye.